Good morning. Welcome back to Smile It's Mayday. I'm back again 2 days in a row. Lucky you guys, lucky me that I'm actually doing another video. So I actually am about to make myself another tea. Okay, I'm back. I'm actually about to make myself no coronavirus. It's that morning cough I get as soon as I open my door to let the dogs out. I get sudden sniffles and a cough. So I think that's more allergies, guys. Can't even cough in public these days without people giving you the dirty stare, like the dirty look, like what the hell, bitch. Oh, I didn't say that. Like, what the hell are you doing? Okay, so here we are. Day 2 in a row that I'm actually doing a vlog. Yesterday turned out to be a longer vlog for not doing anything, right? Like, I didn't do anything. I'm also on day 2 of this, which I'm not a very good person with sticking to things. I like to start things and not finish it. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not a daily, like if I have to do things on a daily basis, like take meds, it's bad because I always forget. I always just, I never do it. But anyway, today's video, we're gonna do just, I don't know what we're doing actually.
So looking out this way is a huge sliding door, and every day I open up the blinds like wide open and I let all the light in because I have major plants around me and they need adequate lighting, right? Anyway, there's a neighbor directly behind me. The first people who lived there were older people, and yeah, they did not like noise. First of all, we're a family with young kids and they're gonna make noise in their backyard. It's just what they do. And we're having a party one night, and it was like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Wasn't that late yet, and it was a weekend. And they decided to call the cops on us. Anyway, we were fairly new to the neighborhood. I feel like we've been here like a month or two. It was an awesome welcome. But anyway, it wasn't even a party because there was only 4 of us in the backyard talking, and we just happened to laugh loudly. And not loudly to where, oh my gosh, we're going to disrupt the entire neighborhood. No. He needed to just close his bedroom window. Like, if you just close your window, it wouldn't be so bad. I'm sorry your window's open. It's the weekend, and it's the middle of summer. So, anyway, those people moved out, and new people moved in. And it's a couple our age, maybe younger, and they have young kids. But something about this master bedroom window and the people who live there, they just like to be nosy. Because right now I'm looking over there, and they can look at me if they want to, but you know how people's blinds have that folded piece? Because you know you've been looking out the window? Yeah, people, quit looking into my window, creepers. Anyway.
Let's make my tea. Okay, I got my Eeyore mug and I got my skinny tea. Let's put that in there. Let that steep for 5 to 7 minutes. I'm trying to prevent going grocery shopping more than once a week because my norm is going every other day. That's just how I like to shop. But obviously I can't do that with this whole quarantine thing. So I guess I should just say, if you're new to my channel, my name is May. I always do this later in the video because I always forget to have a proper introduction, and I vlog about anything and everything, honestly. Daily things that happen in my life, my hobbies, the things I love to do, which right now my addiction is plants. I am a makeup artist, so, you know, I haven't really been doing much of that because of the pandemic, and I've been busy the last year that I haven't even done much of that. I did do my cousin's wedding makeup earlier this year, and yeah, I am just kind of just hanging around. My new job is being a nanny. I babysit from home. To be honest with you, anything I can do from home is what I want to do, is what I would rather do, because honestly, I just want to be there for my kids and their schedule. And you know, my older boys, like, they have their sports schedules that I am very much about. Like, I like to be I like to be there. I don't like to miss games and stuff like that. And this season is actually really hard with this quarantine because my son didn't get to play. So this video, we're just gonna talk and just let it play out, because I don't know, there's really not much else to talk about. I really don't plan on doing anything today, and if I do, it's gonna probably be another vlog, because this vlog is already 10 minutes. Well, I've already been talking for 10 minutes, which is not all going to go into this video, I already know, but we're gonna quickly just, I guess, story time, talk about some things, I guess. Let's see, when did it start? Like March? No, March. We are in March. So January, February is when it started, actually. My husband came home from work, and you know, because it was he worked overseas and there was stuff going on overseas, so came back for that. He had to come back because of the danger that was over there. During that time, we were unsure whether he would have a job or not, so I decided we're going to go ahead and postpone our trip to the Philippines, because we actually had a trip to the Philippines planned for over a year for a family reunion that we were having. Needless to say, we canceled that trip because, you know, like I said, let's save if we don't have to spend the money. I mean, fabulous. I would love to go see my family anytime, you know. It's like I don't see them often at all. So anyway, not too long after that, I find out that my grandmother was sick and she wasn't really doing too well. And I was having a hard time with that, but also having a hard time with the fact that my husband was home, wasn't sure whether he'd have a job or not and all that. So I still was like, no, I'm not gonna go on this trip. And actually it was Valentine's Day. And my husband and I, we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. It's just another day. We decided that we were going to meet up with some friends at the casino. And that night I found out that my grandmother passed away in the Philippines, which is actually February 15th over there. And of course it hit me hard. So I had a hard time. My husband decided, you know what, you guys are gonna go home, you and the kids will go see your grandma, this and that, you know, you have to be there at this time. And we ended up going. My little brother already had planned, again, you know, because it was a family reunion, so he had already bought tickets and was headed that way. So we decided to catch a flight with him, same plane. And then the pandemic hit, right? Okay, so then the pandemic hit, and our original flight to Taipei was iffy because the Philippines had banned all flights coming from, what do you know, Taipei. Right, we had to change the flight, which we did, and because there's a ban, like I said, there's a ban. The Philippines was banning flights coming from Taipei because of the coronavirus. And at this point, this was just at the beginning, like the very beginning. And so we had some other friends that were flying to the Philippines as well for a wedding. They were actually going to different places, but we're all, you know, within a week's apart going to the same place. So we were in contact, you know, they knew more information than I did. They were just relaying the messages to me. And so in the end, we ended up canceling, and we purchased another set of plane tickets along with my brother's, because, you know, he had to change his flight too. And we flew through Korea. We were there for 10 days. You know, I wish it was for better terms, but we still had a good time, spent time with family. I love to see my family. I love to be in the Philippines. I love my kids to experience the Philippine life because it's nothing like stateside. I guess it brings them back down, it humbles them, and it levels them back out and helps them remember that they have a lot to appreciate in life, because, you know, not everything is peaches and cream in the Philippines, right? During that week while we were there, my little brother developed a cold. And, you know, being the mommy that I am, I have bags full of medicine and vitamins and all kinds of things. And I was feeding him that. And then my two older kids started getting sick towards the end of our trip. And then so did I. Like, oh, heck no. We can't be sick during this trip. We're actually supposed to have a 14-hour layover in Korea, and we were going to do a Korean tour. At this point, I was already iffy about it because, hello, there's a virus going around. I don't know if I want to be in an Asian country where the virus could be and, you know, expose myself. So we didn't. So then that happened. And then anyway, I fed everybody the vitamins and I started to get sick. And basically the day that we left, boy, the night that we left, I was pretty much like very sick that day. I had to put myself together. I was running out of vitamins and medicine because, you know, I fed everybody else. I was taking care of everybody else with it. So I was kind of just like trying to make it, like expand it a little longer. I only took it when I felt like I need to take this. But I made it through the airports. I knew I wasn't sick like that. I knew this had to just be a travel bug. I knew that it was just a cold. Like, it just had to be. So at this point, that the virus is getting real. Like, it has already hit Italy. And during my travel news, within 2 days of me coming back, I knew there were cases in Seattle where I was flying into. So here I am. I want to say a day or two before flying, there was an outbreak in Korea at one of the military bases. And I was like, great, we're flying through Korea and then we're flying through Seattle. Outbreak in Korea, outbreak in Seattle. That is wonderful, you know. The good thing about Korean airports, if you have not flown overseas and you have not flown into Korean airport, they have a really nice airport. There is a place where you could just lounge, lay down, and shower. I mean, it's really nice. And I knew I should have been vlogging, but you know, I could have just taken videos, edited later, posted later, all that, but I didn't. But it was really nice. Maybe if I have a video, or not a video, but a picture, I'll include that here. This is the only picture I have, but this is part of the lounge area where my family and I took over. It's really nice airport. So anyway, 14 hours in the airport. My kids slept it off. They actually got better. Me, on the other hand, I was not getting better. But I kept it together and I kept it cool. I was not as, there's only times where I was like facial draining and such. I never caught a fever or anything like that, but my immune system was compromised because I was sick, right? I was scared. Not even gonna lie, I was scared. I just wanted to get home, take care of my kids, you know, do all that though. So I did. Then we get Seattle. At this point, I'm just like, you could hear it, you could see it. I just don't feel good. My best friend and my brother's best friend comes and picks us up, and she's like, stay away from me, you know. So I was just really sick coming back from Seattle. And my best friend was like, stay away, don't get me sick. She still had to work. And nobody wants to be sick. Let's just be real. If you can see, Gracie is right here and she will not leave my hand alone. Your dogs do that, like, you know, like knows their freaking I don't know, can't even think right now. So backtrack for a minute. While in the Philippines, we did go to our family reunion, and it was a few hours away, closer towards the beach, and we stayed in a hotel. Kids got in the pool. Everybody's telling me take pictures. You know your phone is waterproof, right? Have the iPhone Max X. And I get in the water with my phone and I take pictures of everybody. And the pictures turned out really good. Then but then none of those saved. We'll talk about why it didn't save. So then we get in the pool and I take, you know, pictures underwater because it's supposed to be waterproof. Don't believe them because it's not. My phone worked for a couple hours, and then a couple hours later, it shut down for the rest of the day and into the night. And the next morning, it actually did turn back on. Did any of those photos save? No, because it was not plugged in, right? Because there's no Wi-Fi. There's no power in the area of the Philippines we're in from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So during the time, at that time, there was no Wi-Fi. So I don't know, it just didn't save. I plugged it in and none of the pool pictures or the reunion pictures saved from there. So then I used my my son's phone and my brother's phone to take pictures of the reunion, but I don't have any of the pool pictures because, you know, it died on me. So don't take pictures underwater with your iPhone unless you have one of those like plastic things that I do have, but you know, my phone was, I didn't bring it with me to the Philippines, but I had one of those. I don't even know where it is. So anyway, my phone had broke. So coming back from the Philippines, okay, so during that time I used my daughter's phone, which is an iPhone 6. It's the 6 or the 7, I don't remember. But anyway, I just took my SIM card out and I used her phone while we were in the Philippines, and let this one just kind of sit and do its own thing. My sister-in-law, who works for Apple Tech, it's Apple support. So she tried to figure out, you know, what to do, but she couldn't get it. So anyway, that day I come back from the Philippines, you know, for one, I don't live in Seattle. I live 5 hours away, but flying into Seattle has always been cheaper. $200-300 less on the plane ticket as per usual. And so we flew out of there. And again, we were flying with my brother. My husband wasn't coming, and it was easier to fly with him and all the kids, you know, so I could have some kind of help, which I don't really need help. My kids are great travelers, and my oldest is 16, you know, like my youngest is 8. She's pretty good at traveling. The day I come back, you know, can't just sit around because it's also the day I'm getting my microblading done. But at this point, I need some vitamins and some cold medicine, and I need to get my phone fixed. That is the priority, is trying to figure out what's happening to my phone. So I go and do that. It was actually fairly easy. and then my phone started working again. It did take a couple hours because I had to do it from home, and we couldn't figure that out for a minute. But anyway, I got my phone to work, and I feel like that's probably why the sound kind of sucks now. Now that I think about it, because there's water in there somewhere. Water got in there. But yeah, so you know, I get my eyebrows done that night, and I kind of felt bad because I was like really draining. But I knew I wasn't like sick like that, and I wore a mask, and and I asked her if she didn't want to do it, she didn't have to do it. Like, I would, even though I live 5 hours away, I'll come back, because I've watched her work. And that was another reason. I got my brows done by this person, instead of going cheap and getting it done in the Philippines. I watched her from the beginning 5 years ago when she first started microblading until now, and her work has been the best I've ever seen, and I trust. So I finally met her. We actually met 5 years ago on Facebook on a makeup artist page, and I finally met her 5 years later. She's doing my eyebrows. But so since she did that, we got my eyebrows done. Next day, my husband flew in. Oh yeah, didn't tell you. My husband ended up flying in halfway into our trip because he just felt like he needed to, only just a couple $100 just to fly to the Philippines for a few days, but whatever. He did. He wanted to spend time with us, my family, and of course the Philippines. Like, it's the Philippines. Take a break from the winter weather. Yeah. So the next morning he didn't fly in with us because the tickets would have been even more. But the next morning I picked him up from the airport, and that afternoon we drove home, and I was absolutely miserable. Like, at this point, day 3 of my sickness, I'm like miserable. So, and at this point, there have been more cases in Seattle, and I don't know, I feel like there might have been a couple deaths at this point, but it was like the elderly. I decided I was going to quarantine myself for their recommendation was 14 days. So I basically did. I honestly wanted to quarantine my kids with me because, we just flew from overseas, but they had missed so much school already, unexpected school. So I had to send them to school. So anyway, I myself quarantined for a while, and started to feel better about a week later. But I still stayed home, still didn't do anything. My husband was doing most of it. I still really stayed in the room, didn't really come out much unless I needed to. So I was just kind of just keeping it safe the way everything was happening. I never got a fever or any of the other symptoms, but I never got tested either. So if I did have the virus, thank you, Lord, I am fine. No one in my family has gotten it. I do have a cousin that did test positive for the coronavirus. But she's fine. She's doing way better now. She is stateside. And she didn't leave the country. Anyway, shortly after I came back here stateside, the breakout in the Philippines was crazy. They shut the whole city down before we got shut down, before anybody else in the world got shut down. Italy already shut themselves down, but we, none of us had done it yet. And the outbreak happened in the Philippines, exactly where I was. Like, here I am, chances are, our chances of getting, the corona was very high. We were in Seattle, we were in Korea, we were in the Philippines. all the places where there are outbreaks and crazy outbreaks and deaths. But you know, my angel, my grandma, my mommy Lena, they're there, just our angel, right? Protecting it. So our protection from heaven is there, and I am more than grateful and thankful. Amen. So I need to say we are fine, and here we are. I think I spent a couple days roaming, and then they told us that we had a stay home order. And I was like, wait, I've been quarantined. I actually quarantined myself for almost 3 weeks. So a little longer than the recommended, but just, you know, I've been so used to isolating myself already. I've been an introvert the last 2 years. I've been on my own. I'd rather be alone or just have 1 or 2 people around me, but not a whole bunch, right? So but I don't like to be told I can't go anywhere or do anything either. So at this point, I was like, wait a minute, I've quarantined myself and now I gotta stay home. Oh no. So anyway, I decided, obviously I can't go into the stores. That's just dumb. I have gone grocery shopping. I am the one that does our essential grocery shopping on a weekly, almost 2 weeks basis. But I also, if I'm craving something and I don't have the ingredients, I will go to the store for it. And if I'm in a grocery store and I see a plant, I'm gonna buy a plant. Like, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not going out to all the nurseries and looking at plants, but I've been doing a lot of driving, let's just be honest. So driving has always been my therapy. Beginning of my vlogs, I'm always in my car anyway. So I like to be in my car. I like to be in my zone. I like to turn up the music and just cruise. So yeah, so far my quarantine has been good. The kids, and then the kids, they don't have school for the rest of the school year. We just found that out Monday. So yep, so then the kids didn't have school for a couple weeks, and now we're here, and now we're just trying to adjust to this new life. Like, yeah, we can't leave the house. My kids definitely have not left the house. I think that's about it with this vlog, and then just a little story time from the Philippines and quarantine. So not much. It's kind of a gloomy day today. It was yesterday too. But I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the quarantine and the Philippines, and you know, what I've been up to, and that's basically it. Michael's still home. You know, it's not safe. It's still not safe to fly, but it's still not safe to be where he works. So he's here, and we're actually all doing pretty well. Nobody's trying to kill each other. Me and this quarantine though, and my credit cards, my debit cards, my bank account, I keep hitting that submit button. Like I said, the submit button, oh boy, everything online has gotten me. So yeah, so I bought a lot of crystals and plants online, or anything to do with plants. That has been my kryptonite this quarantine, is shopping. So until next time, thanks for watching Smile It's Mayday. I hope you guys continue to watch. If you guys have any ideas on any videos that you would like me to do, please leave comments down below. I haven't figured out what my future vlogs are going to be, but I'll most likely be talking about my plants, or just the things I do in general on a daily basis. I have lots of ideas and projects and things I need to do that I want to film, but filming and editing is, yeah, not quite sure yet. So I guess I will figure that out when the time comes. But until then, this is my vlog for today. And once again, thank you. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And the post notifications button so you know when I upload a new video, and also follow me on social media at smile.its.may.day Instagram. It'll be here or across my face or something. It'll also be in my intro, outro. Actually, I gotta change my intro, because if it is in my intro, I changed my Instagram handle to Smile It's Mayday because I'm not doing makeup anymore. Well, no, I'm not doing photography anymore. It was maybe artistry. And I'm still dabbing into the makeup, just not as much. So anyway, deuces everybody. I will talk to you guys later.